Harness the flow and let information go. That is the theme for today's video. In a remote work environment, it's just so much easier to distribute information equally, meaning that people could get information at the same time. So often when we're in our offices, we end up having a lot of side conversations or conversations in our proximity, and so we end up sharing information to a smaller group before it gets out to a larger group eventually, or in some cases I just forget that I didn't tell everybody. I just assumed that I told everybody just by the people that I shared in my proximity. The other thing is that by the time more formal information gets out to folks, they may have already heard rumors or it's already been diluted by the time it gets to them. Additionally, when everyone goes virtual or remote at the same time, it forces us to collaborate and brainstorm in different ways. And it actually requires everybody to participate. And so you could actually see it in the doc that everyone's participating and creating and sharing. And it's in many ways more balanced, I guess, just because people are doing it independently without the weight of someone taking over the group. Finally, when I talk about just like information flow or harnessing the flow of information, you create flow by sharing a message in multiple formats. Why do we need to do that? Well, think about someone you follow on Instagram. Like, do you remember anything that person posted a week ago? Probably not, just because of the amount of information that's coming at you through the feeds. And so what I found is in a remote work environment, we're so used to having short-term memory about information that we're getting, and we're just getting bombarded just because we're on our feeds all the time. It's really essential to offer information in multiple formats. When you're trying to really have a message land with your team, it's really essential to deliver that message in multiple ways. The first is just using platforms like Slack or Twitter or LinkedIn, putting out messages and then checking for likes and comments. And this is just a behavior that people are used to, and so you can confirm that people receive the message just by looking at the likes. I also try to use video because video is a natural way to communicate with folks, and they like to have that connection through the visuals. And we know this is true just by looking at stats from social media platforms where video is just getting a lot more views than a text message. A much deeper, more detail-oriented weekly email is helpful so that people can actually dig into some of the questions that they may have as you provide this information. And then fourth is really providing that weekly stand-up or a Q&A session where people can ask questions live. When you're able to put these things together well, it helps people come along the journey with you, and they could see the message evolve as you get more information too, and it just becomes more of a co-creation process as you go through the work. So again, harness the flow, let information go. This is Anthony Kim. Like I always say, don't compare your insides with other people's outsides. Peace.